My parents used to tell me that their aviation history actually began with motorcycles. The brothers were avid motorcyclists and definitely daredevils. Mom and Dad, as did the other citizens of this quiet little town, remembered them performing unauthorized stunts on the streets of Sparta. Nothing quiet about those motorcycles. Each year they would travel to St. Louis and trade them in for bigger and faster ones. In June of 1924, they rode past what is now Lambert International Airport and saw several biplanes parked on the airfield. After inquiring about them, the Hunter brothers decided they wanted to fly. That day, instead of buying new motorcycles, they bought a plane. John was left at the airfield to learn to fly it. The next day, after only 90 minutes of instruction, he flew that plane back to Sparta, using the roads to navigate his way home. Home was about 70 miles east of the airport. He landed the plane in the pasture across from the family home. In the process of landing, though, he had to avoid Blossom, the family cow. It was not long before the citizens of Sparta were treated to a constant exhibition of stunt flying, whether appreciated or not. By September 1924, they had a fleet of 3 airplanes. The Hunter Flying Circus was formed, and they began performing at county fairs across Illinois and Indiana. Their performances included wing walking, parachute leaps, and changing from one plane to another in midair. Two brothers, John and Walter, began flying for the airmail service owned by Charles A. Lindbergh, Jr. The Hunter brothers and Lindbergh became good friends. On his first trip to see his friends in Sparta, Lindbergh rode his motorcycle. Later, he would fly to Sparta to visit his friends. Endurance flying began January 1929, establishing 150 hours airborne as the time to beat. John and Kenneth made their first attempt that year in their Stinson SM-1 Detroiter they named Chicago We Will. But after spending 11 days in the air, they were forced to land due to fog. That fog prevented the refueling plane from delivering needed fuel. On June 11, 1930, John and Kenneth flew the city of Chicago out of the Sky Harbor Airport, located in Northbrook, Illinois. Albert and Walter worked as the refueling crew in Big Bend. On the 4th of July, 1930, the Hunter brothers established a new record of 553 hours, 41 minutes, and 30 seconds, a distance of 1.5 times around the world. They insisted they could have flown longer if the plane's oil screen had not become clogged and the engine overheated. That flight record stood until June 1935. Their record attempt in 1929 was barely noticed. When they broke the record a year later, the Hunter brothers became celebrities. Will Rogers even hosted a banquet for them in Chicago after the flight. United Artists Movie Studio signed them to a contract for a film produced by Howard Hughes. The movie, though, did not get made. Some of the real flight was captured by newsreel cameras. Sparta residents got to view the footage a few weeks later, and this is what it looked like.
All records broken, the city of Chicago wings its way round and round the Sky Harbor Airport. Every additional hour now is a thrill to the thousands of spectators who are gathered at the field every day. It's no easy task, this refueling. There mustn't be any mistakes. Now we're in the refueling plane itself, with Kenneth down below receiving the precious cargo. We can see the ground far beneath us. At last the gasoline is aboard, and whoop! The ships break contact. Here's nerve for you. Between him and the earth, there's a nice, comfortable nothing. He's looking over his motor. Good luck, boys. Hope you last another week and then some. And this is Graham McNamee signing off as the Universal Newsreel talking reporter. Still going. Goodbye.
All four brothers continued flying. John Hunter lost his life in Louisiana in 1932 at age 29 during an airmail rout. Albert turned his attention to operating his farm. He continued flying as a hobby until his death in 1942. While removing a metal roof from an old castings plant, he fell to his death. Kenneth Hunter had a long career as a military and corporate pilot. He died in an aviation accident in Oklahoma City in 1974. In 1966, Walter Hunter retired as a pilot for American Airlines. He died in St. Louis in 1983. As early as 1927, the brothers actively pursued a community airfield in Sparta. On October 29, 1961, Hunter Field became official. Unfortunately, none of the brothers were in attendance at the ceremonial opening. John and Albert were deceased. Walter was flying on assignment for American Airlines. Kenneth was flying Oklahoma Senator Kerr to a meeting with President John F. Kennedy. Sparta Aero Service Incorporated, now operating in Hunter Field, began January 1989.
If you like this video, I'll be doing more of these types of vlogs, not the normal history lesson. If you like it, and share it. Thank you.